Another thing that we probably do need to discuss around self-harm is that the severity of your self-harm reflects the amount of distress that you're in, when we all know that's not the case. Someone who is in a high level of distress could be using a form of self-harm that may not reflect that at all. So it's just opening up that discussion, creating that free, safe space for someone to explore the level of distress they're in, regardless of the self-harm that they're using.
It depends on the person and how they cope with distress. It could come across, like some people could cope with distress very well or in other ways, and then someone maybe could represent it in a different kind of way. It doesn't dictate the level of your distress, because people experience distress at different levels. It's not linear for everybody. Something that's severe for one person isn't necessarily severe for another, and vice versa. And the use of self-harm isn't going to dictate that.
No.
It doesn't represent the distress that they're going through.
Language used around self-harm, like we get it. The medicalised terminology would be a superficial wound or something like that. But a language like that could be internalised for someone using self-harm that, oh, my wound is superficial, so my issues are superficial. When in fact, that's not the case at all. For someone who is like, say, I don't know, using over-exercising, they may be in a lot more distress than we think, but because it's deemed, oh, they're just exercising, they're just going for their runs.
Acceptable.
That's fine. When in fact, that person could be going through so much, like trauma, could be in so much emotional distress, but they don't feel they can have that conversation because it's deemed superficial.
Or if they don't think it's severe, then it mustn't be severe. So therefore, I don't have the option to take this space and speak about it because it's not as bad as someone else. And it's getting away from that. It's the same. It doesn't need to be.
Your issues are your issues, regardless of what even society deems a big issue.
There's no comparison.
There's no comparison.
It's so individualised.
Like, even look at us. Do we look the same? Well, I bloody hope not.
No.
But,
but it's a good point, because my distress and my crisis differs from yours, and it differs for yours. So it's, if we lean into a more positive term of language, like you say, it validates the feelings that somebody's having, which is what is needed.
It enables conversations.
Yeah.